the building industry, as we know, is very heavy in construction waste. And we know that it's up to 50% of the landfill is from construction. And what's happened is that we've seen this, over the course of many years, a boom that's happened, which has just created more waste. So as a whole, throughout New Zealand, it's become very paramount that we really need to do something about it. And it hasn't been much on the forefront of builders' minds and some contractors' minds for many years. And there is a shift with that's happening. We got involved with it a few years ago now, and a number of years ago, and just started to try to do with recycling. And the biggest thing was that we're just walking around town. I do lots of walking and biking, and just seeing the amount of sites and the amount of skips and the amount of waste going in there was just really upsetting. It was really confrontational. So thinking, what can we do in our business to try and mitigate that as much as possible, which has been a really neat journey to take and to be a part of. We just really needed to look at our business and what we could do locally. And we don't have a lot of ways to be able to minimise our waste in Wanaka, in central Otago. So we just looked at what can we do and just trying to look at the positives instead of the big giant that it is, and looking at the negatives of what we do isn't really going to make much of a difference. But everyone, and we can try and make a difference as much as possible. So we just sort of started looking at, went and visited Wanaka Waste Busters and started to get knowledge from them as to what can we actually recycle, and then started looking at what can we reduce and reuse. How can we set up our sites so that they can recycle as much as possible on site in regards to keeping all our steel aside, long pieces of timber, then we can reuse it at certain stages of the job, and just trying to incorporate that. One of the biggest challenges is, like you say, is just changing that mindset and changing it with ourselves, within the company, our guys, and then on set to the contractors, suppliers.